came up over a hill, over a crest, and there's a guy with a machine gun laying in the bushes, like right. Just wrapped around me, keeping me dry, and I could be huddled up here next to my fire. I need 3 hands.
Ben's already off to a rough start. He's broken his strap. Maybe?
We did not bypass any gates. I find myself being distracted today. My mind is kind of wandering and I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, and that, you know, in turn makes my motorcycle wander where I don't want it to go. So I just need to slow down a little bit, I guess. And, you know, either try to focus on what I'm doing or just slow down. Can't do both, you know. I can't go, because, you know, riding super fast, it requires 100% of your focus, you know. And if I relax for a second, that's when it can all go south really quick. We all have, you know, our things, you know, our creature comforts. Ben doesn't ride with a lot of gear, but he rides with a towel.
Well, it's because sometimes I get naked and I swim in a creek and you gotta at least dry your feet and your junk off.
Hey man, I'm not knocking it, I'm just saying.
Or like me, I sweat like a whore in church, so I have to...
de-sweat.
You know, dab myself down. Oh, you do not want to feel the inside of that helmet.
No, no.
It's like dripping wet.
You can smell it.
Yeah.
What is happening here? Like, what kind of series of events led to this?
I bet you someone's making insurance fraud saying it's stolen.
I mean, just look at all the crap, though.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? Like, what?
Why?
Why?
Hey, there's some washer fluid or coolant if we need some.
Ooh.
Oh, I need that horn actually. We take that horn off.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Not a trail.
Oh!
Alright. Remember the truth, it's only been off-road for 50 miles, so.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad. The likelihood of having to spend the night out here is small. Probably not going to happen because we're riding with a buddy, you know, and if something should happen, a breakdown of whether it be mechanical or physical of some sort, you know, you got a buddy that's there to help you out, go get help, go get more gas, fix a tire, whatever. But if you were doing this solo, it would be much more important to have something that you could fall back on if you were to get stranded out here because, you know, a flat tire that you couldn't repair, perhaps, you know, a destroyed tire that you just can't put a new tube in, or some sort of major mechanical breakdown, or a crash and you just can't ride anymore, I might have to spend the night out here. And I don't know if you've noticed, but there's not a whole lot of traffic out here. We've passed, I think, maybe 2 cars the entire day that we've been riding. So the likelihood of you being here all by your lonesome and spending the night out here is much, much higher if you're riding by yourself, which is another reason why you shouldn't ride by yourself. But if you were going to, that's why I always try to carry some sort of, at least a minimal type shelter with me. And this is kind of my oh shit kit, my survival kit right here, that we may or may not be sold out of. I'm not sure. You can check the website. I'll put a link in the description for it if you want one, but we might be sold out. You might be too late. But anyway, in here, I keep just the basic, absolute basic shelter, and this is just a Mylar blanket. So if I was stuck out here rolled up in some ditch and I needed to, and the rain was coming in, and I needed to maybe just lean up against this tree all night long and ride out the rain, waiting for the sun to come up and hopefully a car, a truck, a Jeep, another motorcycle or something to come by and rescue me, that would be fantastic. But if I needed to, I could just wrap up in this Mylar blanket and it will 100% keep the rain off of me, 100% waterproof, and it also reflects my body heat back to me, keeping me a little bit warmer because I'm already a little bit wet, I'm already a little bit sweaty, and if I was injured, hypothermia is much more likely, terrible weather, all that kind of stuff. So having just something basic like this where I can literally just kind of plop down against this tree and ride out the weather, ride out the night just like that without having to build any kind of shelter or set up anything at all. It just makes too much sense. And I could literally, even if I didn't carry the kit, I could just put this in my pocket and it's just like an insurance policy, if you will. I could get myself a little campfire going, perhaps, keep myself warm. Fire does an amazing job of keeping you company as well. But tiny little ferro rod here. And obviously I'd want to gather up my kindling and my firewood and stuff before I lit this thing up. But I think you guys get the point. I could have my little shelter here just wrapped around me, keeping me dry, and I could be huddled up here next to my fire and just see the night through. Because, you know, typically within 24 hours, at least if you were smart enough to let somebody know where you were, or where you plan on being, they'd be coming and looking for you. And hopefully a vehicle would come by, whatever. I could set my camp up literally right on the road up there. Not in the road, obviously, but right on the side of the road. That way anybody comes by, I could flag them down.
For water collection,
Yeah.
water carrying.
Do you have that too? Like when you got this like bunch of life stuff going on, you can't turn it off and you can't pay attention to what you're doing. Like that's a struggle for me for sure.
Oh yeah, I had a few months where you don't have that mental acuity.
Yeah.
If you get on a bike and your brain starts to wander,
Yeah.
that's how you get hurt.
Yeah.
Or die.
So fast.
Yeah.
You just like, blasting around these turns, and then suddenly you're like, holy crap, I don't even know how I got to this point.
Yep.
I have not been paying attention to riding at all. Like that is not, it's not where you want to be.
No.
Yeah.
If you become an extension of the machine, it's different, but that's by living in the moment. But if you're living elsewhere than in the moment, then
Yeah. So that's what I've been struggling with a little bit today. So I've just slowed it down. I'm just going at I'd say a level 4 or 5 pretty much all day today, as opposed to a level 9 if I'm trying to keep up with him. So that's where we're at right now.
We're having fun.
Those rounded edges are not helpful.
No, that's about...
It's good for drifting.
It is. It's really good for backing it in.
Yeah. This is
the tusk.
the tusk. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
The price.
Holding up well,
the
man.
price is right. This is a debate that I have been thinking over in my own mind, debating with myself for a while. It's the what ifs. Like, so you can pack anything and everything for the what ifs, because when you're out doing adventurous activities, what ifs happen. You know, like, who knows? Name it. Weird stuff happens. Just stuff that you can never predict. But if you end up trying to be prepared for all of the what ifs as far as gear goes, you end up packing so much crap,
too much,
that it becomes a burden, and instead of it taking care of you, you're taking care of it. And that burden slows you down, it wears you out, it makes, if we're talking about motorcycle, or if you're talking about on foot, that's one thing, it makes you really fatigued, but the same thing applies to motorcycles. They handle poorly when you put a whole bunch of weight on the back of them. All kinds of problems occur when you pack for all of the what ifs. So you have to, in my opinion, limit it to the essentials and the most likely scenarios. So off camera, we were talking about med kits. You're riding a motorcycle off-road, yeah, the most likely what if is you fall down and you get scuffed up. Like that's, or hopefully not worse. But so having a med kit, I think, is always a good idea. And, you know, basic tools and a spare tube, you know, that kind of stuff, because those are the most likely what ifs that could happen. I've never been the kind of guy that packs for all of the what ifs, and I don't think I ever will. I'd rather be a little bit, yeah, you just can't. I'd rather just have to improvise and figure stuff out than just always be carrying around a bunch of useless crap that I'll almost never use. I was talking to a guy one time, he packs a cutting board in his backpack when he goes like backpacking, hiking, camping. He has a cutting board. Like, what? Like, of all the things.
Why not use a piece of wood?
I mean, just of all the things that I would not put in my kit, a cutting board is high on the list of things I would not put in there. Ooh, like a manual blender. That would be good. A smoothie on the road. We just rolled up on the Rangers training right here on the road. Came up over a hill, over a crest, and there's a guy with a machine gun laying in the bushes, like right there on the right. I tried to turn the camera on in time, but didn't make it happen. Not what you want to see when you're coming up over a hill, is a barrel pointing right at you.
It's on.
On your mark, get set, go.
Yeah, on three, I thought. Isn't it on three?
Get nervous. Could this be it? Could this be my victory? I think I may have this one in the bag. I don't know. Gosh, it feels good. It feels good. going?
A mama and a cub. We're cubs in the tree.
I missed it.
That was a pretty big bear.
Yeah.
They climb so fast.
I know, they run up the trees. Yeah. Another successful ride. Nobody died, not even once. Brand new channel, so all of the thumbs up, the subscriptions are much appreciated. Can't wait to see you on the next one. And until next time, friends, what's the worst that could happen? Let's just go on 3.